Hi everybody, I'm live. Today we will be continuing coloring in this book, Drom Reis by Maria Trolle. Now, Drom Reis is the Dutch version of, or the Swedish version of Vivi Needs a Friend, which was the original title of this book. So I'm just going to let people know that I'm live on Facebook. I meant to do that before the started. So let me tell people that I'm live. And just doing that in the group. Just letting everybody know that I'm live. I hope everybody's well. We are going to continue coloring this page that we started last time we colored, but I have found something that I had been looking for, which is these lovely pencils, which is called, they are called the deli colored pencils. Now, a lot of you don't know this. Hey, Michelle, how are you? So these are the Drom Reis pencils, the deli colored pencils. So they're a lot of fun to color with. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. These are nice pencils too. They're not as opaque as the other pencils, but they're still nice pencils. I'm good. How are you? Did you go live this morning with your devotions? I think you do your devotions. So this is color 150. You always seem to do them really early. I always miss them because I'm either sleeping or I'm eating breakfast when you do them. Unfortunately, I can't attend because I'm either busy sleeping or I'm busy eating my breakfast. Today I had an egg and bacon sandwich on a roll. Yeah, there's one business open by where I live. So I'm like really happy. Well, now the bagel store reopened, so I'm kind of happy about that. Good morning. It's not morning, it's good afternoon. So that's what I had for right now. So, oh no, please don't tell me that my connection's unstable. I don't like when they say my connection's unstable. Mm-hmm. These are deli colored pencil. It's like about, what is it, 2 p.m. here? This is color 119. These happen to be deli colored pencil. They're not as a well-known brand as some of the other familiar budget supplies. I have never had the feelers. Here's the thing, when the feelers were like really red hot, here's the problem that I got told, oh, they work really nice, but people had problems sharpening them when they first got them. So it wasn't like people were thrilled with them. I wouldn't say I like the delis more than I like the other pencils. In May, I'm getting something. I did order something, but it won't be here till May. It's gonna be a surprise to some of you. To some of you, it's not gonna be a surprise because I've been kind of wanting them for a while. This is 145. You know, we were coloring this. I wouldn't say I like one thing more than another thing because it's hard to say because every pencil is different. Like these are nice. And I was looking for these like for the longest time, guys. So don't think I wasn't looking for these. But in the process, I left the drawer here. So now I have a new project for tomorrow. Tomorrow's project is to clean out this drawer and figure out what I'm going to do with it. I haven't taken out my delis in a really, really long time. So that tells you that I haven't colored in them as much as I should color in them because they're good pencils. So I haven't even tested these out in my swordfish. So let's see how these work in the swordfish. Let's see how pretty they came out. Look at that. Nice and sharp. Michelle, if you get any pencil sharpener, you should get this one. This is the swordfish. Really good one. And the price is worth it in my opinion. Because it sharpens everything. With the exception of pastel pencils. The only thing, with the exception of the Stabilo pastel pencils, it works great. But the Stabilo pastel pencils do not work great in that way. You need one that's specifically made for put that there. The box is going to be red. But it's going to be like an orangey red, so don't feel. I forgot to dot the little dots here. Like we're gonna color everything, and then we'll figure out what we're doing for the ground. The ground will be the last thing we color, depending on how much colors we use in this thing. But I can tell you right now, we're gonna use a lot of greens. And for people who are watching Netflix, if you go on to Tiger King, they put out another episode. Well, it's kind of like an after show episode with Joe McHale. So they kind of did more stuff with Joe McHale. Watching, reading, you know, doing tasks. I always feel like if you do something, you stay busy. You know. You know, Michelle, I was surprised you were not live when I show's not on. So hi Robin, how are you? We're continuing coloring the picture from Drom Reis. I'm on the page right now, so this is 115 in the deli colored pencils. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Robin. Yesterday was really rainy and it's really pouring. Me and my mother, we've been eating, we've been supplying, getting our food as we can get it. We've been eating, we've been. It's kind of funny because I've noticed that. Um, oh, thank you, Michelle. Yeah, I know. I was set up too because I know there were a few other people online about one, so I didn't want to interfere with what they were doing. Thank you. That means a lot to me, Michelle. And I finally found my Amazon Basics as I was going through looking for these. Because these are pencils that I've wanted to use for a while and I haven't gotten a chance to use them. Mm. And it's terrible because, you're afraid to go to the doctor's offices because you never know who's sick and not sick. So did you talk to the doctor that controls that via telecommutation? Maybe the doctor has a solution. But, a lot of it is diet too, Robin. I was always told manage your food, drink plenty of water. The food choices we make are important too. I've noticed that my weight has come down a little bit. My stomach has come down a lot since this quarantine started. Yeah, weight loss solution, quarantine. Not to say that that's a solution for everybody. hmm It's terrible. This whole situation has made it very hard for people to see people. Did they tell you if there's anything you can do to mitigate your circumstances? Because, it's very hard. The people who don't understand, it's very hard when you have things like diabetes and high blood sugar, and people don't really understand who haven't been through it or haven't seen a loved one go through it. This is a brown color. This is 157. Ooh. It could be a combination of things, Robin. It could be medicines interacting badly with you. You've been on any new medication. New medication can bring that back with a vengeance. It's a side effect of medicine. It could be anything from the way you're eating, the way your nutrition is. They. One of the things that I have found that with my relatives that works well, tea and water. They don't drink a lot of sugary drinks. They drink tea and water a lot, and maybe 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day if they drink coffee. Me too. Everybody, let's pray for Ramen that she's able to do this in the way that she wants to do it. This is 112. what is your diet like? Because there may be a way to change the diet. You might have to think about cooking your own food and getting a book. There's a book that says Cooking Healthy for people who have diabetes. When it has specific meals in it, I know that one of my uncles had really bad diabetes. One of my uncles, well, I should say my mother's uncles, had diabetes, and he had a very poor diet. And then when he got it, he changed his diet. But he cooks from a book called Eating with Diabetes: How to Cook Healthy Meals to help regulate your body. You might want to think about downloading that book. It is a cookbook as well as a lifestyle book because it helps you understand. From what I understand, this book helps you understand why you eat the certain foods that you eat. 157 again. I see that I need this. Because part of what we do is that we eat the way that our parents fed us, the way our. But there's books for that, Robin, that teach you what to eat, what not to eat. Also, if I was you, I would think about when you see the doctor, ask him to talk to the nutritionist because the nutritionist also, when you go to see your doctor again after this is all over and we're done with quarantine, I would start seeing a nutritionist because they have ideas and they can work with you to develop a diet that's healthy for you and how you eat. The nutritionist will teach you what not to, and what to do. Because for a while I was having a problem eating food. I couldn't eat a lot of things. And then I talked to the nutrition and the nutritionist said, you have to eat this way, not this way. You can still have your snacks every once in a while, but you need to regulate what you eat because the snacks are not good. And if you're not getting, you may be cooking this way for this, but you could also be damaging something else. They have guys who come up with this. Nutritionists come up with. Because you also have to keep up your nutrition. You can't just. Do you take vitamins, Robin? Because I've started taking them since this happened. I'm taking vitamins as well as my supplements. Because I have terrible joint pain. So one of the things with me is that I started taking this, which is the Omega XL, this is the most wonderful thing in the world to take if you have joint pain, and nothing has worked. Nothing works as well as this does. This works amazingly. I love this for my joint pain. It does everything it does. If you're losing more and more weight, it's okay to lose weight, but you need to lose it in a way that's not bad. So your nutritionist, they'll teach you what to do, what not to do. Also, they may need to adjust your meds too. One thing I'll do is don't drink a lot of the sugary drinks. Start drinking water, start drinking tea, start having vitamins. These are the things that help me when I'm eating. And I say this honestly as a person, but I've had a lot of issues with my weight. I've had a lot of issues with what I eat, what I don't eat, as a person. But the quarantine has seemingly been good for me because I'm eating healthier. Me and my mother are spending quite a lot of money on food. Me and my mother were talking about this a little while ago. This is color 102. Interesting. You don't drink anything sugary. Do you drink anything like a Gatorade or like a thirst quencher? These are just things that I'm just gonna go lightly with this. With the deli pencil. Hi, Nika. How are you? Me and Robin were discussing things. They don't tell you any of these things because they don't want you to know these things. 105. These are the deli pencils today that we're using. And we're coloring out of Drom Beast. We colored this on, I think, what was it, Saturday we started it? And I came today. So, you got to try and figure out what works for you. But you may have to change your diet again, Robert, to a healthy diet. People laugh and say, oh, it doesn't matter your diet. But actually, it does matter your diet because what you do when you're young affects what you do when you're older. You eat poorly when you're younger, you tend to have. And because I suffer from this because I used to eat badly myself, I'm now suffering the consequences of that. 111. Hmm. That's interesting. It may be your diet. You may not be getting enough nutrition. Do you eat salads? I'm not a health expert or anything, Robin, but this has been my experience with relatives because I've had relatives who've had very bad diabetes. I've also had relatives who've had very good diabetes. I've had some relatives who've had very, I don't want to say bad experiences, but they haven't had the best time with it. 113. We'll be coloring up fox. Now it's the same combo we'll use on the big fox. Mm-hmm. Do you drink milk? Because if you're having problems, one of the things they say if you have a poor diet and you're losing weight, also for breakfast, you may want to start having oats and cereal. Believe it or not, cereal is one of the things, but healthy cereals like Cheerios and things that are like plain cereals, like oat-based cereals. Cheerios is great for people who are losing weight, um, who don't want to lose that much weight but want to keep it healthy. If you have milk, it gives you some nutrients in it. You probably want to. They sell all kinds of them. Mm-hmm. And then the final color for the fox, which is looking. Go very lightly with the red. Mm-hmm. Yeah, almond milk. That's interesting. But I would see your doctor and see what they say. Just, it's going to be tough. Sometimes we have good days, sometimes we have bad days. I don't color foxes and I don't color animals very often. So. Oh no. Um, so that's the best I can do with the little wolf or fox. I made them, and to me they're foxes. They're not. That's what they look like. But I would call her definitely Robin, so you can get the help. But it's been very scary. Yeah, I would too. The skin tone will be done by the liver. I'm going to do the skin tones at Christmas. It's because I know how to do it at Christmas. So that way you guys can see. Right. The next color is 105. Everybody's doing good. I'm good, Special K, Colin. How are you? No, we're all doing differently, because everyone has a different set of challenges. But did you guys watch SNL last? Did anybody watch Saturday Night Live? Oh my god, I thought it was so funny, especially Weekend Update. It was hilarious. And then they had a type. Someone did Carol Baskin did an impersonation of Carol Baskin from Tiger King. I thought that was funny. If you guys haven't seen Tiger King, it's hilarious. And then Joe McHale did a special after show. He's the talk soup guy. He's the guy who would do the talk soaps, which would be like the recap, and then they would spoof it. All the TV shows or the reality shows. Funny Entertainment a while back. You really should have. It is hilarious, especially Weekend Update when they do their skit. And they do this funny thing with Trump, and then Trump is like, it's just hilarious. I'm number one all across the world. Really, guys, if you don't get a chance to watch SNL, you really should. It was really. Oh, but you have to watch the Tiger King. The Tiger King episode was really, the Tiger King stuff is just just so unbelievable. You can't even believe these kinds of people exist. But it's like every time you meet one of them, they're more insane than the rest. These pencils happen to be my deli pencils. Yesterday we used some Tripper Farben polychromos, Black Widows. You guys really gotta watch it. It's so funny, especially the weekend update one. I mean, I laughed hysterically. Some of the things they did were just hilariously funny. And what made this Saturday Night Live was that they were doing it from their homes. They were doing it via, their ways of doing it. Like, I think, what did they do? Video streaming it? So it's a very different way of doing it. Doing the skits. You know, you gotta sit there and be amazed by the technology. See, I don't like lines, but I just have to get around over it. It is a challenge to do a book when they have a line in it. I never like when they do that. And I got this book off of Amazon France. I don't know if they still have it for sale because some people bought it off of Printworks when it first came out, this book, but the old Printworks, not the new one. Yeah, there used to be a site where you could buy the Swedish books and they would deliver them to the US, and that was the original Printworks market. I miss the, I miss the original Printworks market because they had some really nice stuff. Um, This is number 113. Well, here's the thing. When they publish books, they have to sell the books, and it's up to the publishers if they buy them or not. And then, the other thing that's happening right now in publishing, and they don't even tell you this, is that some companies are going out of business. Or if they're using a Swedish publisher for the Dutch versions of books, but then when they bring those books to the American and the English markets, they have to find an English publisher or slash an American publisher to publish the books for here in the States. So sometimes the same book will have 2 or 3 different publishers around the world because the publisher may be different overseas than it is here in America. And I think the rights are completely different, Robin. I think that's what happens. This is what I was told by a publishing guy who works with foreign books. I think it has something to do with publishing rights, international law, and things like that. So it's something to do with publishing rights. It's not like you're not doing it. No, I haven't been able to work from home. The last week that I worked, the last week that I worked full time schedule. This was before the quarantine. What happened was I was working 5 days, and then he goes, "Oh no, you're only going to work 4 days." Then he said, "Oh no, you're only going to be working 3 days." My boss said. So every day the situation was changing. So I knew this was going to be a serious lockdown. And even before that, what happened was my mother was out in California, and then she said, while she was out in California, start getting some canned goods and some canned foods and some other stuff that you're able to eat because, and I think the last week I worked was what? The week of March 19th or the 20th was the last week I worked. I did manage to get one check before I left work. I did get my last paycheck before, we were in serious quarantine. So luckily for me, I was able to get the check for the last 2 weeks of work that I did. So that helped tremendously. And then, so then they said 3 days. Then they said 2 days. Then they said, "Oh no, you're only going to be working one." And then, a lot of people who work from home say it's not always a picnic. So, but you're lucky, Micah. You have that option. Not everybody has that option. So then I got a phone call during the weekend, saying, "You're not good. You're gonna have to stay home because he's just quarantined the whole city." But the week before the quarantine actually went into effect, the trains were getting less and less people on them, which I kind of was liking for a while because I was like, oh, this is the way that it should be. Nice, pleasant, not a lot of people. But that's not a realistic thing. And I work by Grand Central, so that's a very busy hub. And I have theorized that my mother theorized one of the reasons why the transmission was so high in New York City to get this was because of the density. And this is even what our governor said, that we're a very dense state. 111. I can only imagine how hard you were hit there in Long Island. So then, the other thing that's been weird during this quarantine is that where I live is right by a bunch of restaurants, and I live, you know, there's a strip by where I live which is all restaurants and bars. Yes, yes, we should be focusing on the good, but there's a lot of people that aren't working special pay. You can't just say, oh no. Is she doing better now? Okay. Now, when I go outside, I'm wearing a mask when I go outside if I go to just pick up groceries because I don't need anybody sneezing on me, breathing on me. Because if you have a mask, you protect yourself. Every time I go out, before I go out, I wash my hands. After I go out, I wash my hands. I'm like, that's the other thing you gotta do is maintain that. I'm so sorry to hear that your mother passed. People, there's this thing where people are like, well, it's not going to be easy. Cuomo said people aren't disposable. Loved ones aren't disposable. I have older people in my family, in my extended family, They weren't even visiting their grandchildren. I have an aunt and uncle who are staying home because, they're old and they're at higher risk and they don't want to risk their grandchildren and their grandbabies. So think about that. Everybody's it's different. This isn't like other diseases either. They're saying that this is a very different disease than other diseases. I think later on after the stream is over, I might do what's called a blend on this. A blend it all. Well, they were saying actually that the cases in the U.S. didn't originate from Asia. That our strain came from in Europe. I like the online pastor who said to people in his congregation, God gave you a brain, use it. Sorry, I'm just putting away the colors the right way. That's nice. That's good. That is always fun. $142. Hold on, guys. I'm going to go and zoom in a little bit. This is 142, and this is in the delis. It's darker than I wanted. Darker than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. We can work with the colors. Not everything has to be light colors. And I don't know if they still sell these because these are known as deli pencils, but they're also known as star joy. There's 72 of them. So, just so you guys know, I really, really like these pencils. I was looking for them last time and I didn't find them last time. So I brought them out. These weren't a lot of money. I think one of these like $30, $40, these pencils. When I bought them a while back, so I don't remember exactly what I picked, but I think they were like $30, $40 on Amazon, which is the normal price for a set of 72 pencils. Yeah, you reminded me, like, I'm gonna have to do some work probably tomorrow. I will film some more of that Victoria Moon Dragon one that I'm working on. The dragon that's wrapped around the cross, so I have to do more work on that. I did do work off camera on that one, but I still need to do more work. I mean, the diamonds are tremendously, there's a lot of diamonds in that. And I don't have enough containers to fit all of the drills, so I have to, hopefully, I'm going to be able to do another part of that picture, that painting. I think this is an acorn. Your cat probably just wants your attention and wants you to pay all the attention to him. Do you have a dog or do you mostly have cats, Robin? Hi, Jackie. How are you? We're coloring in Drom, Reis by Maria Trolle. Today we are using my deli colored pencils. So, because I was looking for them, oh, that's nice. That's a really nice, Nike. I like that. I was looking for these pencils, which are my deli colored pencils, Jackie. But in doing so, I made a little bit of a mess in here. So now I made myself a project for tomorrow, which is clean out this drawer and reorganize it again for like the 15th, 16th time. Aww. It's probably just like saying, I love you, don't worry. Cats are really weird. They can tit tat when you're sad or depressed. Mm. So guys, start thinking about the background when we're done because I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for the for the ground. I haven't figured out what we're calling from the ground yet. Probably yellow, or maybe a dark green or something. Brown, maybe even gray. You know, one of the first things I did during this quarantine was go through my clothing drawers, reorganize them, see what fit me, see what didn't fit me, what I wanted, what I didn't want, what was old. You know what I mean? I did things that would, like a look. But the other thing I've been grateful for during this holiday is having the ability to stream, catch up on projects, read some books. No problem, Michelle Lee. Wow, 14 of you in the stream. Thumbs up, everybody. That's what I like to see. Thumbs up. Of course, there has to be some guy with his bike. Do you hear the bike? Why is there this guy with the bike? Hi, Jen. Everybody's. Yes, Robin. Thank you, Robin. That helps the channel when you. I just still the not. And I'll tell you what May is, everybody. So that's what our theme is for today. Her being. You know, this is the beauty about streams. You can always watch them back later if you fall asleep or you're watching it and then you have to go away for a little bit. But you can always come back to them in the recording when the recording goes and gets finished processing on YouTube. That's the beauty of streams if they're done and nothing happens to interrupt them. I love my hand crank. I really do like the I figure, you know what, I'm gonna get over my fear this year doing certain things. You know, one thing I'm getting over my fear recently is I noticed that I don't do a lot of animal pictures. Something I don't like doing animal pictures. Not it's just because I'm not good at coloring them. And I need to start getting kind of over that fear. And I forgot to do the brown on this. Always miss something. Hello, sexy Shara. And this is 161. Drom Reis, 112. So, what books are your favorite of Maria Trolls? I really like this one, Botanicum, This one in Botanicon, I think, are my favorite Maria Trolle books. Probably because I've colored the most book pictures in these two books. It doesn't mean the other books aren't good, it's just these are my favorite ones to color from. Welcome back, Michelle. It is the same book, actually, Robin. I was saying that in the beginning. This is because if you actually look at the pictures, they're the same pictures in the book. I was saying how I miss the old Printworks market. Like, they would have a lot of nice things on that, the old Printworks. I don't like the new Printworks market. I like the old one where you could just get the Swedish books like boom, boom, boom. Easy. Now you can't do that. Because the new Printwork markets only ships to like Sweden and those countries. Okay? Thank you, Jen. You know, I wish I could have gotten the both books when I had the chance to do so. $159. Bye, Jen. Have a nice day. And stay safe. 155. Doing our acorns. This color. Nice seeing you, Nika. Stay safe. Everybody, I mean that. Honest to God, I want everybody to be staying safe. Tell me the pink. $102. Number 120. Wow, 12 of you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. We're chatting, we're doing what we can do on, is it a Tuesday afternoon, I believe? So hopefully I can be back tomorrow. If I'm busy doing projects, I will stream, but if I'm busy doing other things, I'll come back on Thursday, hopefully. So 120 is this color. This is like a bright pinkish color. Yes, and tulips and flowers can be pink. Is it a butterfly? I don't think it's like a caterpillar that's turning into a butterfly. I think it's a caterpillar that's turning into one. Oh yeah, it does have a top. Didn't really notice that. $118. Bye, Shara. Have a lovely afternoon and stay safe. And guys, I'm just looking for my grays. It's too dark. That didn't work. 108. You guys hold on, I'm gonna bring in next. Prime minus. These were part of the sketch box. So these are their prime minus. No, they do not. They do not play through the paper, which is very good. Yes, these are the Sketchbox fine liners. These are quite cool. They're very. Little details. We are doing very well, Carol. I'm now using this. We are coloring from Drom Reis. That's what we've been coloring for a while now. And now we're using fine liners from the Sketchbox Signature series. The stayed with fine liners. Thank you. We did this actually. I think, what did we use last time? I think we used Black Widows, some Prisma's last stream. This stream we used mostly my Deli Color pencil, a fine liner from the Sketchbox series. So I think what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to stop there, and we'll finish up this picture next time. So we still have the skin tone to do, still have the little leaves and flowers to do here, and then the ground. We got to figure out what color I'm using to put the ground, and then maybe after I do the ground, we'll do a background here if it calls for it. If not, I don't always do backgrounds in the sky because sometimes I think it takes away from the picture and doesn't add. But then again, I've seen people who do just really nice work with backgrounds. So I think that's where we will. So I hope everybody is doing well. So I'm going to show you what we. Hold on while I move the frame out so I can show you guys. In that. So that's how much we've done in this picture. So this is definitely going to take a third stream. So I hope everybody loves it and have a wonderful day. I do not know who's on because it changes day to day. Last time I looked, I think Connie's on right now as well. Who else is going to be on? I think maybe Michelle's going to come on. No problem, Robin. Just take care of yourself. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Bye.